Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Creative CEO. I just wanted to start by just giving a genuine, heartfelt thank you for listening on podcasts or watching this on YouTube. Genuinely, like every single one of you that is listening, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. When I started this podcast, I wasn't sure whether I'd enjoy it or whether I had anything to say. And I know that I've got lots to improve on. I've got so much growth that I can do with this podcast, but I am absolutely loving it because I do want to share. I want to share with the world how I'm growing my art business and how I'm doing it alongside being a parent and everything else that life throws at you. And I have had some lovely comments from people on Instagram relating to what I'm saying, and that just makes me so proud of myself. And yeah, I just wanted to start off the episode by saying absolutely huge thank you, and I hope this is a good episode too. So I have realised that ever since I quit my teaching job, and this is now my full-time job, I have really started, can't get my words out. I have developed a toxic mindset that I thought about the other day, and I said something to my mum and she was like, yeah, I was thinking about you because you have this mindset of, if I'm not working, I'm not earning. And if you really think about that, is a really bad place, like mindset to be in, because essentially what I'm telling myself is if I dare to have time off, or if I dare to do anything other than work on my business, then I'm not making any money. And it's just a mindset that I'm very self-aware of this mindset, which I think is good. It doesn't mean that I'm completely unaware of what I'm doing. I'm very aware of it. And I said something to my mum the other day and I said, oh, I don't have evenings off. And I said, sometimes I have evenings off when my husband's around. We watch TV together, but it's normally like an hour. And then between the time when my daughter goes to sleep and when we're having dinner or when we reconvene in the lounge at 8 or something, I am still working. I never allow myself guilt-free time off. And sometimes I even message my husband because he works away a lot. And I say to him, I'm going to watch TV tonight. Is that okay? And it sounds like, saying it out loud sounds so ridiculous. Like, why am I asking him permission to watch TV? But I almost feel like I want somebody to say to me, Georgie, it's okay for you to take time off. And I know it's so stupid. I think I text my mum sometimes as well and say, do you think it's okay if I work on clean my house instead of, I can't remember what I say to her, but I text like ridiculous things. And I feel like I need someone to justify to me that it's okay to do something else. And yeah. And then I realized the other day, so I do a lot of things. I do a lot of talking to myself. And this podcast has actually helped me like grow in my head in a way, because I like talking out loud. And obviously when I'm recording this podcast, it's just me in my studio and I'm talking to the camera. And it's like a bit of therapy for me just to talk things out loud, and then I edit it and give it all to you guys. I gave myself a little pep talk the other day and I said to myself, you actually only work 3 days a week. If you were employed by somebody else and you work 3 days a week, but they were expecting you to work 7 days a week when you can, or work 3 full days and then fit in other work whenever you can, you'd have a real big problem with that, wouldn't you? If you were in any other employment and they were expecting you to work between the hours of 7 and 7:30, because that's when your daughter goes to bed and that's before dinner, or if they were expecting you to work at 5 a.m. because you've woken up, so if you've woken up it means you have to start work, your boss would be the worst person ever. So why am I doing it to myself? Why am I letting myself, my boss self, dictate when I cannot work? And it's just a toxic mindset that I've really got myself into. And I wanted to talk about how I'm going to try and get out of this, because I am sure that there is somebody who can relate to what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that it's good that you've got that too. Maybe you don't have a toxic mindset and you're thinking, Georgie, I've got ways of getting out of this, and please send me a message. But I'm sure somebody can relate to this. And my first thought was, right, so I am now going to try really hard to only work 3 days a week. And And I say 3 days a week because my daughter is in nursery 3 days. So I have 3 full days to work. And then Mondays, I'm with her all day. Fridays, I sometimes have a day of working because my dad's around. I'm going to try really hard to make my working days Tuesday, Wednesday. My current mindset, trying to run a business full time. And I just got to get out of that head. I've just got to get out of that head because it's just not good for me. So I need to think I'm running a business 3 days a week. And then the other 4 days, I am being a mum, I'm spending time with my family, I'm riding my horses, I'm walking the dog. Like my dog, bless him, I don't think I've taken him on a long, nice walk with just me and him for months. He does get walked, obviously, but I feel really bad because I don't make time for him. I think if I've got a bit of spare time, no, I'm going to work. I'm just trying to get out of this mindset. And then I thought to myself, this mindset can't be just me. And I needed a few answers as to why I've maybe got this mindset. So I went to my friend Chat GPT and I said to my friend, how can I correct my mindset of if I'm not working, I'm not earning? And I love Chat GPT. We have such a lovely relationship. And it said to me, it sounds like you're feeling the pressure of needing to be constantly productive to justify your earnings. Yes, so true. Something that's really common for artists and business owners. But shifting this mindset can actually make you more successful in the long run. Here are some ways to reframe it. And what ChatGPT came up with, I'm going to call it him. For some reason, I feel like it's a him. What he came up with just made so much sense, and I'm just going to read them out to you. So number one was recognize the value of passive income. So your work doesn't only generate income while you're physically drawing. Your prints, originals and commissions have long-term earning potential. Even when you're not working, your art is selling, your reputation is growing, and your audience is engaging with your work. And I thought, oh yeah, of course, because I assume passive income is me hearing the ka-ching noise on my Shopify app when I'm just like riding the horse. Like for me in my head, that's passive income. But actually what ChatGPT is saying is because art is it's not normally like an impulse buy. It's something that is, people have to see your art several times before they buy it. And I've got to think of passive income is people seeing my social media, learning to trust me, seeing my work online, like all those kind of points where somebody will see my work or see my website. That can all be part of like the passive income because that's them making connections to me and then eventually making a purchase. I'm not saying hopefully because I'm going to be positive. They are going to make a purchase one day. And I thought that was a really good point. Number two was understand the power of rest. If you don't take breaks, you'll burn out and that will affect your earnings. Rest is a crucial part of creativity and productivity. A well-rested, inspired artist create better work, which attracts more collectors. Everybody knows that rest is important. Even I know that. And I've got to put it into my diary. Not even into my diary. I just need to do it. I just need to stop working. Once my daughter is in bed, I should be stopping working. I know I said earlier I might work evenings, but I think I just need to, once she's in bed, I think I just need to stop. We'll try. Number three, shift to a business owner's mindset. I thought I did this already. Think of yourself not just as an artist, but as the owner of a business. Many business owners don't work 24/7, but their businesses still generate income. Your marketing, website, and past efforts all contribute to ongoing sales, even when you're not drawing. So I do think I have a business owner's mindset, but I think I've just got too much of it. I think I overdo it. Trust the long game. The work you've already done, including social media, relationships with collectors, creating artwork, continues to bring in income over time. You don't always see the immediate results, but everything compounds. And I absolutely love that. And that's what I said with the first one is it is a long game. When you're an artist, especially, it is a long game. When you are offering a high ticket item, it is a long game. And there aren't many impulse quick win buys. So I do need to think that it is, I'm not gonna make a sale every single day yet. When I'm famous, I will. It is a long game. And then finally, set clear work and rest boundaries. Define when you are working and when you aren't. If you don't set boundaries, you'll always feel guilty for not working. Yes, that's me. Decide when your workday ends and allow yourself to switch off without guilt. Your art business isn't just about the hours you put in, it's about the value you create over time. Your best ideas, your best pieces, and your best business decisions will come when you're not constantly pushing yourself to earn every second. Oh my gosh, Chat GPT literally is speaking to me. Then I asked Chat GPT to help me in this physical moment that I'm in, where I'm self-aware of what the mindset is. I know what I need to do, but how do I change that mindset from today? So I asked for some immediate steps to help shift my mindset. And number one was write down your already working list. So make a list of all the ways your business is working for you, even when you're not actively drawing. And one of the examples was your website and shop are open 24/7. I've put so much work into my website recently, and that's true. My website is always there. It's constantly going. When I'm asleep, it is live and it's ticking over. And again, that's like coming back to the passive income thing. Passive income doesn't necessarily mean hearing your Shopify app ka-ching a sale. It's what people are doing and going onto your website. So I need to do a bit more work on building up my SEO strategy, because I want people to type in equestrian art into Google and my name to be on the top. And that's my goal. Thinking about like your website and your social media and SEO and trying to build those kind of foundations. So some other examples, people are discovering your work on Instagram. Again, like social media content, I'm constantly putting up stuff, so that is still working when I'm not actually working. Previous collectors might be considering another purchase. This is another good point, because I have to remember constantly that somebody is always watching. Even if you feel like you're not making any sales, there is somebody always, like, maybe they're not even commenting or liking on your posts. Maybe they're just not active on anything, but they know who you are and they're thinking about you, and one day they're going to make a sale. And I have to keep reminding myself that somebody is always watching, because when I get like a random sale out of the blue, I'm like, oh, where did that come from? Number 2, set a closing time for work today. Decide when you're stopping work and commit to switching off. Even if you love what you do, setting a clear end point will help you practice feeling okay with resting. It's literally like my therapist. I love ChatGPT. I've trained it to know my voice, which is crazy. I know I'm talking to a robot, but it really does help, because when you're like a solo business owner, you don't have colleagues to bounce stuff off. You don't have people to give you advice. Yeah, so today I am going to stop working. I'm going to switch off at 7. No, I'm going to switch off before then. I'm going to switch off when my daughter is picked up from nursery. I'm doing it. I am doing it. Number 3, take a break without justifying it. Choose one non-work activity today that feels restful or enjoyable, like going for a walk, spending time with your horses. Told you he knows me. Or reading. The key is to do it without guilt or thinking, I should be working instead. Yeah, I've already spent time with my horses this morning and I did that guilt-free. Number 4, reframe work as energy, not hours. So before starting a task today, ask yourself, what's the most valuable thing I can do with my energy? Instead of focusing on how much time you're working, focus on what will have the biggest impact, whether that's finishing a piece, sharing a post, or engaging with collectors. Like, I read that and thought, I love the phrase, what's the most valuable thing I can do with my energy? So I read this morning and I said to myself, what is the most valuable thing that you can do today? And I'm seeing my sister tomorrow. She's getting married in less than 2 months. I can't remember now. Yeah, she's getting married in 7 weeks or something. And I knew that I actually needed to focus on her wedding sign. Instead of thinking I'm going to spend an hour on that and then I'm going to do an hour's drawing and then I'm going to do the podcast, I thought the most valuable thing that I have to get done today is the wedding sign. And I've done it and I already feel lighter. I like that. So reframing work as energy, not hours. And then number 5 is set up a small passive income action. So do one thing today that supports future earnings without you being present. Some ideas are sharing a post that links to your shop. Now, you could also run ads. I haven't done ads yet, but I am going to be doing it as part of the Passion into Profit program that I am currently part of. Having an ad running like that is passive income, because that's generating eyes on your work, and that's hopefully generating leads to your website without you, doing anything except for paying for it. Schedule an email to your mailing list. I was thinking, I do that anyway. Why am I not thinking that's passive income? It is passive income because you're still getting eyes on your work. So I'm going to make sure that my emails are all scheduled for the rest of the week, because I'm on holiday on Friday for the weekend. And what I'm going to really try and do is tomorrow, when I'm at the races, I'm not going to think about work at all. And then I'm even going to take the whole of Friday off. And then we're not going that far, but we're going away for the weekend with my dad. So I'm just going to set my emails up, schedule them for the rest of the week, and schedule some posts as well, so that I'm not on my phone constantly. List or promote a piece that's already finished. I can do that. I've definitely got things on my phone that I don't post about everything. I film loads and then I don't post about them, and they're just sitting on my phone, like really good content. They're all passive income actions, and do it with me. Let's all try and remember that passive income doesn't mean making sales. Passive income also means everything that I've already mentioned on this. And the final one is end the day by noticing what did work. So before bed, reflect on something that happened today that contributes to your business growth, big or small. Maybe someone saved your post, a collector messaged you, or you made progress on a piece. Noticing these things trains your brain to see how your business runs beyond just work hours. I definitely don't do enough of this, and there is a huge amount of talk nowadays about the impact of having a positive mindset. And because I was on a call the other day, and I said to Amanda, I did a print release and I only sold 3 prints. And she said, I'm going to stop you right there. You've just said you only sold 3 prints. And actually that's a negative limiting belief mindset. And really what I should be saying is, I did a print release and I sold 3. And even just changing the tone of your voice and being positive about it, it helps attract more like positive energy to your body and to your business and everything. So I need to go to bed and make sure that I always reflect on the good things. And even if something feels like, oh, well, I made a sale, but it was £20, I'm like, that's £20 in my pocket. Yeah, I'm going to try really hard. And I know some of these like mindset things for a lot of people are a bit weird, but if you don't like it, then that's fine. You don't have to have that mindset. But I think it really does help. It helps me. And I know that it's going to help my business. I hope that was useful. I feel like I can't take credit for this episode because I basically just read what Chat GPT told me. But like I said, I've got this toxic mindset and I need to come out of it. And I didn't know how to do that myself. So hopefully by me sharing what I've learned from my good friend Chat GPT, and I can totally relate to what Chat GPT is saying to me, and it does make so much sense. And I'm going to try really hard to change my mindset, and I'll let you know in future episodes how I'm getting on. So I hope this was useful. Please share this with a friend. I would absolutely be over the moon if this got spread to more people, even if the person who you're friends with doesn't own a creative business. Please share this episode because I'm hoping it will relate to more than just business owners. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I will speak to you next week. Bye.